few days. I guess we should start yesterday. Let's just go like in reverse order here. Sifan Hassan, world record in the 10,000, 29:06 in Hengelo. Remember, she got close to it, close-ish to it last year in horrible weather and running by herself. So the thought process was, hey, if she comes back and catches some good weather and is really targeting this thing, she can have a go at it. She just obliterated this thing. She ran alone after the first 6 minutes of this race. She beats Almaz Ayana's record, which was 29:17. I got to say, Gordon, she's got some medals to get in her career before she's, considered one of the, in that GOAT conversation, because she's relatively new to the medaling side of things. But I think she's already established herself on the women's side as having the greatest range of any women's distance runner, because she's done it in championships now. She's done the 15-10, which nobody's ever done. And I get she had to do that because the schedule was screwed up, but she still did it, the 15, the 10. Now she has the 10,000 meter world record, 29:06. She has the mile world record. She has a 3:51 1500 PB. She's run a 1:56 800, and she's run a 65-minute half marathon. Everything she does now just supports the argument that we've never seen anyone on the women's side have the level of range of Sifan Hassan. Do you think she's beatable this year in whatever event she decides to run at the Olympics?
Yeah, you remind me, 1:56 800 to 29:06 10K. That's insane, because 1:56 is like that could win any given year in an 800 at the world stage, and then so you have that speed all the way up to the 10K. It's incredible. I mean, anyone's beatable, especially in a distance race. I feel, because there's multiple factors. I feel like you're more of a lock as the races get shorter than as they get longer, in my opinion, because just elements, something happens, you never know. She's definitely the heavy favorite. I don't know really right now who is the closest to her. It just like I thought her, what was the year when she did it? That was what, 17 or was that 19 when she did it 10? It was 19 when she did 19. The 10-15, and I felt like that was like her going to be her peak of her career, and I felt like she kind of was going to go down, not downhill, but like not be still going upwards in trajectory of what her true capability would be in her career. And I guess I probably thought that because of the pandemic, and you stop seeing people race as often, and you kind of just feel like, oh, I guess they're done. It's going, they're on the downwards of their career. But then to come out of here in 2021 before the Olympic Games and run the world record, it kind of reminds you that like she's still in the peak of her career, of whatever, of her dominance, and that 2019 isn't going to be the beginning, the pinnacle of her career. I feel like 2021, 2022 has a chance to be her pinnacle after, going into the Olympics with the 29:06 PB. I think you're pretty set for the next few years. And I don't think I'm going to pick her to win. The only way I see her losing is if like it gets in a really, really weird sit and kick race. But even then, she is one of the best kickers in the world. So she clearly shows she can go fast in 29:06 in an honest effort, and she shows she can kick because she knows how to run the 15 and the 8 really quick. So, hey, right now she's the top dog, and I don't see anyone beating her. I mean, has it been officially decided what event she's running at the Olympics? Has that been?
No, and with Sifan Hassan, you never know. You never know with Sifan Hassan until she takes the first step in that first round. Because even in Doha, there was questions about what she was going to do. Even when that one of those doubles was completely impossible, you could not still get a straight answer of like what she's doing. I'm like, no, because Lincoln and I floated it very early on in 2019. We were looking at the schedule and we were saying, man, this actually sets up for a 15-10 thing. But that's crazy. No one would actually do a 15-10. And then she went and did it. I think Lincoln called it the Sifanathon. And you thought, okay, well, you're right. Maybe that was going to be that was going to be it. I mean, the 351 in that final was nuts, and some of her splits in her 10K were nuts. When I was watching this race, which you can watch, by the way, where, Gordon?
On FloTrack.
Okay. She's clicking
and
off
also
70s,
on YouTube,
man.
Our YouTube channel. Subscribe.
She's clicking off 70s, 70, 70, 70, 70s the whole way through. And, you know, she drifted maybe a little bit here and there, but it was so smooth. It was so effortless. It was like Trey Young going off a pick and roll and just nailing a three, just time and time and time again. And I started thinking, with no one around her really after 6 minutes, are we going to see sub 29 soon? And are we going to see a sub 14 soon from Sifan Hassan?
100%. I mean, 6 seconds over 25 laps is not that much. It's not like she has to be that. I think we're definitely, and it's like it's a close barrier where like it's something that, like, if the world record was like 29:46, no one's like, ooh, I can get to 29:30. You know, people love seeing that 59.99. And I think when the current record now is at the 06, 6 seconds away, and especially also in the 5K, yeah, I definitely think in the next 4 years, we're going to see a sub 29 and a sub 14. 100%. Like,
she seems like a top candidate. In the 5K, it seems like she'd be amazing. She'd be a perfect candidate to get that record from Latenza Pegade, take it to the next level. You look at her 5,000 meter PB, right? And you're like, yeah, 14:22. All right. That's a great PB, but when you put it up with 156, 65, 29:06, 351, you're like, hey, you got some seconds to shave off there. You could go even faster than your 14:22, Sifan Hassan. It's incredible to think that, but that's in play. And man, it's going to be, the challenge is going to be finding someone to pay if she wants to do another 10,000 and go for sub 29, which I don't think would be this year. It would probably be something that she would tackle next year, or if it was this year, it'd be late in the year past the Olympics. So that's just a huge effort. They'd need to find somebody who could pace her, but then you're talking about somebody who can finding a woman who can run 14:30 for 5K to get you halfway. Or even if you want to do it shorter, you're asking someone to run a very fast pace for 3,000 meters, which is tough. I mean, 14:30, I mean, there's been fewer than 66 performances that are in history for the women that are faster than 14:30. So the list of potential rabbits for Sifan Hassan is very, very short. It's not a large list at all. I thought, Gordon, I don't know. Do you remember that 2016 world record race with Alma Zayana at the Olympics and just how weird that one was?
Yes, I do remember that one. Yeah.
So that one was a crazy outlier too, because the old record was above 30. She drops it down to 29:17. A million people PR'd. Right, Molly Huddle was way back, but she was running the race of her life. But you never would have known because all the attention was on what was going up up front, and the splits that Ayana was running were otherworldly. But there was a huge negative split in that race as well too. So I thought, okay, well, yeah, this is an outlier, but there were some things in this race that made me think it could be improved. Did I think it was going to go all the way down to 29:06? Maybe not. Maybe not that quick. But you just put Sifan Hassan's marks into a calculator. You put what she's done in the half, as I said, in the mile. And this is probably close to what you get when you have an athlete with these type of abilities across a bunch of different events.
Yeah, if you go back, Travis, bring up Sifan Hassan's profile page when you show all of her PBs. There is a legitimate case that I think she could break the 1,500-meter world record. I think she also can get the 3K and 5K. And if you look at that, she could own the world record in the 15-mile, 3K, 5K, 10K, 1 hour, 5K road. Hell, go get that 10K road. Basically, everything in line is just WR, 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 WR. She just have world record range from 15 up all the way to the 1 hour mark.
And she's 45 seconds off in the half marathon, if you want to throw that out there as well too. I think at that point, I know we always say medals mean more than records, but if someone does that, I think you need to bump it ahead of all the medals. If you can sweep all the world records in your discipline, I don't know if she'll ever run faster than 156 for the 8 because she's going to longer distances. But that's like you said, that's an amazing time. That's a time that can win world championships. So yeah, something fun to watch. She's racing a 1500 this week, so she's dropping down. She's run basically every distance this year already. She's running 8. She'll be running a 15. She's running a 5. She's running a 10. It'll be interesting to see her in that 15 against Kip Yegon, reigning champion, Laura Muir, etc. Man, what a race for Sifan Hassan there in Hengelo, a site of a lot of other world records.